And welcome, friends. How is everyone bearing the market? 1 second. Just got to do something real quick. You guys know what it is. It's good to see everyone here, though. And now let's learn how to make money in the bear market, because that's why you're here. And honestly, everyone wants to make money because the market's crap, right? So that's all right. That's okay. You know why? Because there's plenty of ways to make money in the bear market, and we're going to learn how to do that today. If you don't know how to do it, I'm going to show you several ways that they may not be as fun, they may not make you as much exponential gains as fast, but they will make you money in the bear market. Actually, traders make more money in the bear market than they do in the bull market, because pre-sales make far more gains than any trader can do trading Bitcoin, for example. Let's get started. Let's see who's here. Great people. We got Joel. Nice name, bro. That's my real name. Farmer, Sam, Pamela, Jaded, Gassan. I hope if I say your names wrong, guys, don't take it personal. I'm just trying my best. What's up, everyone? We got people from Ireland. We got people from Colorado. I'm sure from all over the globe. And welcome to the show. Now today we're going to focus mainly on not just like all the negative bearishness, because you know what, you've got enough of that from me and I get it. No one wants to hear more of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the market first, see where it's at, give you like the prognosis of where we're looking at, tell you what I'm actually going to be doing, my play, and then I'm going to show you how to use your USDT and USDC and BUSD and XDAI and all these to actually earn you money in the bear market, even if you don't know what the hell you're doing as a trader. So I'm going to show you from many other ways to actually earn profits, not just from staking, which is quite easy for everyone to do. Now, let's look at what the market is giving us. So let's jump right in. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. All right, here we go. So we got our Bitcoin chart, and we're not going to go over tons of charts because they're just all super bearish and no one wants to really talk about it, but I'm going to tell you guys what I'm seeing. So kind of like this megaphone to the downside, but this is not perfect. I was just drawing that out to see what it looked like. Really, we're just following this dynamic trend line, and honestly, this diagonal I talked about, I said likely we're going to come up to this level and it's going to come back down again. It's coming down. So what is my plan for this right now? I have scaled orders from 34 all the way down to about just under 30. Okay, so if we ever came back down here, but I have my orders kind of starting in this zone. And as my orders are placed, I place like, let's say 10% as my first order at 34. I'll put 20% at the next level, 30% in the next level, 40% in the next level. And what that does is it averages me down based off of if the market does come lower, like I think, I won't miss a little bit of the start of that if it bounces back up and I can sell as it comes back up, or if it breaks out of this level, right? So if we break out here, that would be a good situation. Get above 42, and then we start seeing some positiveness, right? And I'm saying positiveness, it's not even a real word, because that's what people need to hear right now. Some special words to cope. Because honestly, right now, the market's not in a perfect space, but we knew this was going to happen, right? Like way back here, we talked about this going to range, go up and down in this zone. It's doing what exactly we thought. Eventually, it will break through that zone or it will break down. So that's what we're looking for. Either we break up eventually. You can't only keep trying for so many times before it either breaks up or it says, okay, now I'm really going to reject, and truly breaks down. So that's what's happening right now with Bitcoin. And the plan should be, scale your orders into that zone. That's what I'm doing. And why? Because it comes to that zone and it bounces off. Every time it bounces off, it goes a little bit, it doesn't go as high. So we're making lower high, lower high, lower high. So it's quite bearish as well. We're underneath the cloud. We're bearish, 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 right? So we all know we're bearish. But we do know that flat keychain, even though it's pulling down, it's going to want to pull up to that point, eventually meet somewhere in the middle. So there's 42. So that's what we're looking for. If we got to 42, it could be a double top and break back down as well. So that's our status for Bitcoin. No one wants to talk about it because it's bearish. So is ETH. ETH we talked about. We get underneath the cloud. We had that bearish retest. I talked about this. We broke out. We broke below. We retested, and then we started to fall. Where? To the level I talked about just a few days ago, set around 22.40. So we're almost there. And if it doesn't hold that level, we know we have this one. So ETH is a little bit better than Bitcoin, because if Bitcoin loses its level at 30K, we all know what's going to happen, right? We've talked about this. Bitcoin doesn't have true support until 17,500. True support. Maybe a little bit higher. Some people say 18, but in this zone, in that zone we have right down there, that was there on the way up. Okay. It's going to come back to that zone if we lose it, because there's just not anything to really bounce from until 22.7. And this has only got 4 or 5 tests ever on the daily. We can go down the 4 hour and see it's got more, but still just nothing really to say that's a strong support level right here. But we can see there's a lot of support down here. And we can also see that in the past we've had support in that level. So that's how we know, something. Well, actually, it's more of a, not really a support, but it was a resistance level in the past. So actually a little bit lower. It should be right around here. Okay, so that's where we're looking. 17K. I know it's crazy, but if we don't see that market breakout, that's where we're going next. Let me get some questions, because I know this is not what you want to hear, but we're going to show you, don't go anywhere. I'm going to show you some really cool alpha tools that you can use to actually put yourself in a position where you make money, even if you're just sitting in USDT. And I know everyone hates USDT, because it's not a crypto, it's not Bitcoin, it's losing its value, but you can actually earn more than the 5% inflation that Rand showed you yesterday on the show. So we're going to look at that. Right, what up in Texas and all over the world? Okay, the bear is in the house. Please give a shout out to the bear. What's up, bear? Would you put in a short when BTC breaks 35? Honestly, right now you should have been in a short. Okay, because here, look, every time we came to this, from the first time I talked about this on the 4 hour, I said, hey guys, we're probably gonna, what I talk about the cloud, I said, very likely we're going to scale up, and we're going to come down, and then we'll break up, which is exactly what's happening. So the short was really when we got back to this level and rejected it, that was when we should have put the short in. Another thing that I talked about that you guys are seeing on my chart here is we were on the live the other day, and I was saying there was a lot of volume that started coming in. Everyone's getting bullish, and I said, yeah, we need to have a close like up around here for us to really confirm and break out of the triangle. And guess what didn't happen? We didn't get the volume. It went back down. And guess what happened? We rejected. And now we're coming back down to do yet another test. This is pretty standard. And the whales are doing this. They're seeing it, and they're also trading off the TA. And whales can also include institutions or people that are institutional traders with lots of money. They see this. They play into this. They're not stupid. These guys are really smart, and they know how to play your emotions against you, because you're emotional, because you're retail, because the money that you lose you actually care about and it's yours. Where institutional guys are playing with other people's money, and they know that they can actually use that to make you emotional. And that's why I follow the money. I don't follow 100 traders. I only need myself and my data, and that's it. And if you guys start learning that, you won't need to follow me or anyone else. You don't need coach to tell you about projects. I tell you about projects. I don't tell you to go and invest in projects. I said, hey, this is a really cool project. If you can get in, get in. That doesn't mean go in when it's up 200x or 100x. It means try to get in early when I'm telling you about it. Pre-market gems, they weren't out yet. Then the projects that I do tell you about, I'm not telling you to invest. So that's another thing you have to understand is if I say, hey, I really like ShopX, that doesn't mean go and buy ShopX. I'm not giving you financial advice. You're not my clients. Okay, so guys, if I like a project, please do your research. Please do risk management. If you held ShopX from $1.60 when I first talked about, I was like, this looks like a good trade potential. I sold that at $2.90. That was a huge profit on that trade, but that was a trade. And the thing is, my ShopX that I have from pre-sale, I still have it. I will prove that if you guys don't believe me, but I still have it. So I haven't dumped on any of you guys. All right, let's get into some questions, and then I'm going to jump into how do you guys make money, okay? Yield farming is risky in the bear market. Many rugs. Potentially, it depends on what yield farming you are going to do, but you are right. That is not something that you don't have as a risk unless you use certain people. And I'm going to tell you which ones you can use. Coach, I bought ETH at $35. Would it be a great time to... If you bought ETH at $35, you can tether up anytime. You're way up, bro. So I don't know what the question is really about. Coach, you say ShopX might be bullish when Polkadot ecosystem flips bullish. Yeah, guys, until people can use Polkadot, until parachains are really being used, Polkadot doesn't really have a use case for a lot of the tokens until that happens. So that's why a lot of the projects have gone to shit, because no one can actually use the tokens to actually do anything but stake. That's the truth. So, you know, that's just the god darn honest truth. Coach, if I bought ETH at $35, no, okay, sorry, that seeing that thing. You're trying to cover your ass. No, I'm not trying to cover my ass. I have never once said to anyone, you should buy this. Ever. Not on any video, ever. Not in any tweet. I may have laughed at people and said, yeah, have fun staying poor, but honestly, that doesn't tell you to go buy something. If I have a client and I'm trading for them, yeah, I could be like, hey, you should probably buy some Bitcoin because they're one of my clients, right? But I don't have clients. You guys aren't my clients. So the point is, I'm not giving you guys financial advice. You have to understand that. Like, honestly, you should take it upon yourself to be the best trader you can be. When I was you guys, I would follow all the other traders. I would follow like all the guys on Twitter that were really good traders that everyone told me about. You know what ended up happening? A lot of these guys disagree. So then I would sit there and go, which one's right? And now you're guessing. And you know what ends up happening? You start picking because you don't know which one, and you're trading because they put a trade out. That's not the way to do it, because that makes you lose money. You know what made me the most money? When I put up a middle finger to everyone else and told everyone else, trade against me then. Have fun being poor, trade against me. If you think you're a better trader, trade against me. Do everything opposite that I do, see if you make money. That's it. Keep it simple. Life is good. You know, you don't have to make it so dramatic. You leverage yourself down to 500. Would you be willing to DM me on Telegram to straighten you out? I don't know what you're talking about, Charles, so I'd have to ask you. What crypto would be good for a long-term investment? Yes, I'll definitely get that. But we all know the majors, right? Anything that provides ecosystem benefits to the space. So things like Chainlink, things like Bitcoin, things like Ethereum, things like DOT, any ecosystem, Atom, sharing. Those are the ones that have a lot built on them, so they're not going anywhere. They may go down in value, but those are the ones that will probably be here after the bear market is done, right? And even if we go into only a 3-month bear market and come back out, that would be the ideal situation, like September 2013, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen for sure. A couple more questions, and then I'm going to get to showing you some places you guys really need to take some time and explore and learn. Yes, there'll be risk, and I'll talk about that as well, but how you can actually earn some profits from just having stable coins or Bitcoin or Ethereum without having too much stress, okay? You won't make a ton of money quickly, but you'll earn in the bear if we get bear market, really confirmation, which we need, like I said yesterday, for about 3 to 6 weeks. It's probably more like 3 to 4 weeks now from when I first said that. Thoughts on Saito coin? I never got into that one, so I don't really know too much about it. Michael Saylor wants to buy 500 million worth of Bitcoin at 30,000, and honestly, yeah, he got 1.4 million, $1 billion to buy Bitcoin for 400,000 or 400 million that he actually asked for. There's definitely interest. It's just the markets do this. They correct. They get bearish for a bit. If they go sideways and down and we break above the levels that I've been talking about, we'll be bullish again. We just need to be above the cloud. And right now, the cloud needs to flatten out. We need to sideways move and then break in, break out, and continue the bull market. Or we will lose this level and you know what comes next. So that's the two things that everyone's just got to sit and wait patiently for. And if you want to trade ranges, you can do that. Okay. Let's get some questions, and now I got like one more and I'm gonna go. So do you have a video on the Ichimoku cloud? I do. You can go into my library of videos, and there's like all these how-to videos, and some of them talk about the Ichimoku cloud. You were really burly though it was your camera, but check my settings. Okay. September is usually a crappy crypto month, like May is usually a good month. Actually, May is the put it away in May and go what is it? Stable in May and go away or something in the traditional markets. So usually May is the time where you're supposed to like go away for summer and then come back. Like after Labor Day, after kids are back in school, is generally when the markets start to turn bullish. So that could definitely still happen. I'm not 100% we are in a bear market unless we lose 30K. If we hold 30K, I'm not confirmed bear market, but I'm bearish on the daily chart because there are no signs of bullishness. And on the 4-hour chart, my secondary chart, still no real signs of bullish. We could break above the cloud, that might start working, but then we would go to double that and see the 8-hour and see, oh, we're not there yet. It's coming. It could come, definitely, but not yet. So stay bearish until we're actually bullish. Then we get bullish again. It's the smart way to trade. Sell in May and go away. Thank you. That is the exact right words. Are those choppered sunglasses? They're not, but these are glasses that block out blue light because my eyes get really like sore from watching screens all day. And one of these guys was like, yo, you should try these glasses, and they work. And now I'm going to hook you guys up with some of these glasses. So remember, you can message Coach K Crypto Team, and they will actually be making a list, and we'll be doing a draw and sending out people glasses once a month. And that's what it's all about. $1,000 US lost. That sucks. You know, people lose, people gain, part of the game when you're trading. So I'm confident in that, actually. Nice video with Bitcoin 2-month bars. Basically showed anything under 32K, July closest, slow summer, anything over 33. Yeah, well, basically that's what we're looking for, right? 42, more 42, and more not breaking below 30. Okay, these are the peaks. So Sandra, if you want those, all you got to do, Coach K Crypto Team at Gmail. Go and send them a message, say you really want them. We're going to have a draw. It's going to be awesome. Okay, alts are getting slammed today. You know why? Because this is what we expected to happen. From Bitcoin dominance chart that I drew up way back when. And what did I do in the zones? We drew the zones and we told everyone this is the plan. But no one followed it. Head and shoulders. Okay, alt season starting. Alt season of alt season. That's why we went parabolic. There we're in it. Threshold. Sell alt, scale out into Bitcoin. Didn't go into Bitcoin. Bitcoin was still too high, so I went into USDC, USDT, as I talked about when we were here. Then it was Bitcoin and stables. Well, Bitcoin was still high, so we waited for Bitcoin to dump, and guess what Coach did? He bought Bitcoin at 31 and 33 and has sold on these pumps because I'm not convinced that we're actually going to go much higher yet, but I will continue buying more on the dumps and selling on the pumps until I see a clear trend, and then I will not sell on the pump. I will let it go. And we'll be rocking with more Bitcoin than we did from when I started buying the Bitcoin, right? Because I buy, I sell in profit, I buy again, I sell in profit, and I sell not all the Bitcoin, but I sell the profit out, right? And that's lowering my average cost every time I buy the Bitcoin, because I'm basically getting free Bitcoin every single time I make, you know, right now, $35,000 of profit. I can basically buy another Bitcoin for free. So it's basically the same concept as farming, but trading is basically trading. So let's get into how do you make money with the market when it's not going your way. Let's start with the most well-known two, Celsius and XO. These are two of the easiest solutions in the world for any crypto person ever. Why? It's as simple as this. When you go into Nexo, you create an account. You deposit Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDC, USDT, whatever, right? And you basically leave it in there. And by leaving it in there and holding Nexo tokens, but even if you don't hold Nexo, you will earn interest on your USDC, your USDT, your Ethereum, your Bitcoin, and other crap coins that they have on there. What is that great for? It's great for you. Because you can earn on your crypto, but you can actually also earn on your US dollars. Okay, so we can just go and have a quick look at how to do this. Because most people don't know that they can, they've never done the research, or you're just new to crypto and you've never actually looked up, how do I use these new platforms? Okay, so you go in, you sign up, right? I'm already signed up, so I'm just gonna go off camera for 1 second just to do that. right? And then I am going to come right back onto camera because I just, you know, want to keep my securities. All right, so I'm going to log in here and I'll just show you guys because I have a small account on Nexo. What is going on? It's not letting me log in. Wonderful. Oh, that's why it tried to sign me up. Oops. I'm a boomer. All right. That was like the most boomer thing I could have done there. All right. There you go. And we're in. Okay, so for Nexo, how do you use it? It's so simple, guys. So if you know how to use a wallet, you can use Nexo anytime, any place, right on the internet. Okay, so let me just get on my account now. Bam. All right, so here we are. So I put in a few ETH way back when, bought some Nexo just to play around when we're doing our yield app stuff. Obviously, that ETH has grown, and so has the Nexo. I bought $1,000 of Nexo, and I think I had like $6,000 of ETH at the time. So both of them have grown very nicely. And every day I'm earning interest, right? So how does the interest work with them, right? So you can go on here and see. So if you don't have Nexo, right, your base is 4%. Stable coins, you'll get 8% a year. If you hold some Nexo in your account, 1 to 5% of your portfolio, then you get this. If you have 5 to 10%, then you get this. If you have 10%, you get 10% on stable coins per year. So actually increase this. But if you, this is the weird thing about Nexo is you have to, if you earn the interest in their token, you get 10% or you get 2% extra, kind of like Yield App. But Yield App actually pays you more. You get 10 and 10. So that's one, right? You can use them. All you do, you go to your account, you basically deposit and it will earn you interest. So you see I'm earning up to 8% per year right now, just leaving that. And I could put in any of these assets right here and earn on them all, including US dollars, up to 14% on real USD. So that's also something interesting. Okay, so that's one way that's really, really easy to earn profits. Celsius is another one. Another great platform, absolutely massive. These guys both have insurance, okay? So you don't have to worry about your money disappearing, right? You don't have to worry about, anything happening that's horrible to you because they're insured. And look how much assets they have. Right now, as of May 14, 2021, they had $21 billion of assets. These are such huge players. You should be all looking into Celsius because it's just something, if you don't know how to trade and you don't want to risk losing money and you want to either hold a crypto asset or you want to hold USD, right? Then that's what you should be doing, right? So, coach, you need big capital to make money by interest there. Sure. Yes, you have to have some good amount of money. But even if you have $10,000, better to make 1,000 than try to risk being a trader in a bear market when you're not really sure how to do it and losing money. So, making profit, sometimes the easy way for a lot of people when it's bearish is better to leave it in something like Nexo or Celsius. I'm going to show you other ways that are more profitable as well, but this is the safe way. This is to have you guys sleep at night so you can do stuff, so you can go and enjoy your life and still make profit. Fees for withdrawal in Celsius, I'm not sure. I know Nexo is not, so I would assume Celsius is not. But these are just two of the options. One option that I'm using heavily is this, Yield App. So I actually added today to my Yield App $293,000, around $280,000. Okay, just today, just right now, like earlier, you can see June 12th right here. Oh, and I got logged out for some reason. Good security on Yield App though, that I gotta say, they do a good job with that. So, why is this awesome? Because I don't have to do anything. I can just put a chunk of money in here and leave it, and it earns me money. How much money? Well, before I added 280K, it was making me $228 as of yesterday, $1,500 as of the 7 days before it, and after the 30 days. So I could basically live off that before I put in 280, like $3,000-$4,000 a month. Most people can live off that, So I look at that and I go, okay, that's great. Yield App's awesome. All I got to do is, hold 20,000 Yield App, which right now I'm holding 210,000. It's only 56 grand. So it's pretty cheap to get. It's about $5,000, $5,600 to get in. It's totally worth it. Totally worth it, right? Because this is a place where it's going to earn you more money by holding yield, right? So you put your tokens in here. You can put in ETH, USDC, USDT, and it will always earn you YLD every single day. So this is a really, really good one, up to 20% a year. And things like Celsius and Nexo and stuff, they generally do well in the bear market because they use some of the profits to redistribute, meaning they buy back some of their own tokens off the market because they have to. So this is a good process flow where tokens are constantly going to be bought off the market. So over time, as more people use it, more people will have to be the project will have to buy more tokens off market, which is good for you. So that's why I'm holding my YLD. I'm not selling it because I think it could do what Celsius did, and Celsius is $7. So it makes no sense to sell it right now. It makes way more sense to leave it. So this is a really easy way to make profit. Yield is a great one, and they have insurance. BitGo insurance, $100 million. And another thing to also keep in mind is Steady State, their sister project, will provide true insurance for them on top of it for other projects. So really good stuff. Tim and Justin are like OGs, man. Like Tim is an OG from crypto. Justin is an OG. Tim, co-founder of Equibank. It's like one of the first, or if not the first, digital bank that's registered and legal across the United States and all around the world, or something like that, or many countries. So yeah, it's very safe. It's very, very safe. I wouldn't put this type of capital into Yield App if it wasn't safe in here. I'd be crazy to do it. Here's another one. So we have Anchor Protocol. Anchor Protocol, you can mint UST. It's basically a USDT type of UST, but it's on over on Luna. And basically, you can get 18% a year APY by depositing your basic yield token, your stable coins, and leaving them in there. So that's all you have to do. Another good one. The thing about Luna, I'm not too sure about the insurance. I haven't done the research into that Anchor Protocol, but I do know the first three I shared have it. I'm going to look into that, but I'm quite sure they do, versus what I'm going to show you next, which is more traditional yield farming, which has a hella of a lot more risk. When you go in with Yield App, guys, they are doing yield farming for you. You don't have to do anything. If there's impermanent loss, if there is exploit, you don't have to worry about covering the cost. So that's why it's nice. Yes, you don't make as much money, but you don't have as much stress. So it's kind of worth it. The trade-off is very, very important. Let's have some questions, and I'll show you some more stuff, how to make some money if we get to the bear market. My thoughts on Renko candles are they are not based off time. They are based off of price. So you have to be a really good Renko trader to know how to actually trade Renko, which most people don't, which is why Renko doesn't work for most people and why they get their asses handed to them. It's much easier to trade off of a traditional candlestick for most traders, but the ones that do Renko well crush trading. So that's the key. Do I think shares a good buy? I do. You don't think a bull trap to confirm a bear market? That's true. You don't need a bull trap to confirm a bear market. But we do need to break key support levels, which would confirm that we're very likely in a bear market. 27K doesn't have an actual level, though. So I'm just going to go through some. Did you sell KSM above 500? I didn't. I sold some, but we're buying them for parachain auctions, obviously. And I'll just buy more if it goes back down. I sold some. Of course, I took some profit, took my profit off, took my risk off, right? And then now I just have, like, again, KSM for me, like anything at 300 or lower, I'm buying a massive bag yet again. And if it continues to be bearish, I will sell on the bounce, because we have to wait till we're bullish for me to hold something long term again, right? Like, to buy something now and hold it long term doesn't make as much sense, right? And so I'm more of a midterm, shorter term mentality with what I'm actually buying right now. Because if the market does go bearish, I don't want to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to hold this bag like 2018, like everybody did. I want to sell that and be like, take a small loss and be like, all right, I was wrong. That's okay. And that's one of the hardest things you guys will learn as traders, as new in the market or old in the market, is to say that you made a mistake and you were wrong. That's the hard part. BlockFi is another one. Absolutely. There's BlockBank. So there's tons and tons of opportunities to make money in an easy way. I'm just trying to show you some of the other options, but BlockFi, absolutely. I didn't even think to put it on, but we can definitely look at BlockFi as another one of these lending platforms that you can connect into and earn APY. The only thing is 8.6%. So that's more why I don't show it, because I'm trying to show you the most profitable ones. And Abit absolutely is going to be my last one that I talk about, because Abit is it's like, I'll explain it in a minute. Okay, so let me get into Abit in the end, because it's huge. Is FXF safe to hold during a 3-year bear market, as in stuck in it? Yeah, honestly, I think so. Bear market or bull market, exchanges need to have traders. And when you guys see the stuff that we're going to be showing you, this spot, James and I will be doing a live feed very likely, or a recorded video this week coming, whether it be the end of the week, I'm not sure, but we will be showing you the platform live. You guys can decide for yourselves, and when you see all the benefits once they come out and start showing you guys, it's killer. It's absolutely a killer. DFYN and such seems really technical. Can you go over it a bit? DFYN is just like anything else. They're all very similar. Okay, so let's go back to this so I don't like lose your train of thoughts here. Pancake swap. Okay, the number one important thing to understand when you're going into any farms on Pancake swap is they aren't insured, right? So yes, they might show you a huge APY for your BNB. If you don't want to hold BNB, you can find things like Quark Chain, which is a old project, very likely not to rug pull. So we can find something like that. Look at their APR, go in. We have to buy Quark Chain, which is the negative side of these things, is you have to have that. But you can use something like BUSD, so that will hold its value against the asset that you're farming. So that is okay for some people. A lot of people don't like farming because you still have to hold the asset. But if you really believe in the coin that you're holding, like if XED is like, it's your ish, man, and you love it, then you're probably going to farm more of it, thinking that it's going to come back and go really, really strong. Yes, Abit is FWT. All right. CME gap, I think, but that's not really why it would come back there, just so you know. So this is like Pancake Swap. It's very easy. You click on the farm. If you have the token, right, you can go and actually farm the token. So that's, if you have both tokens, you can basically stake them to farm new tokens. So there are different things that are like this as well. We have Balancer, for example, where you can, do something like USDC and ETH, right? So this is going to get you 12.8% a year. And then you have higher risk ones as well. You can also look for DAI-based, which is a stable coin, which they actually, hold on a second. We can look for DAI-based here and find DAI-based protocols as well. Not protocols, DAI-based farms as well, and look at their APY, right? So this is wrapped ETH and DAI and has 30%. But we know with ETH could drop 30% as it has, so your APY, obviously, it gets wiped out. So there's benefits to using Balancer or something like Sushi Swap, and you can go and join liquidity yield farms, double yield farms, all yield farms. You can find the ones that you want. They also have USDC wrapped ETH at 9% a year, and you can find different farms to farm tokens from. Here's one with USDC, Serum, and Link. So you can actually go into all types of stuff and actually earn yield while the market is crap. And then there's also Auto Farm. Auto Farm's another easy one. You just connect in your wallet and basically search for farms. Here we go, like this, boom, boom. And we can just basically find anything, basically, like any tokens, and farm away, like right here, boom. Go in there, USDC, USDT, BUSD, and DAI, and BLP. You add it in. So if you add in and you create if you buy in, for example, and it will show you on balancer, or sorry, on auto farm, how much you'll actually make at the end of the year. So you have, let's say you start with 10,000. This one will make you in a year 29%. Okay. So these things are not going to make you rich. Okay. There's baby swap, there's wealth finance, there's tons of these, tons. I'm not going to show you them all because I don't need to, but these are the things that you should be doing right now yourself. You all, every single day, should be doing this. If you don't know how to farm, first learn how to do it, how to create LP tokens, add the tokens to, to different types of contracts, unstake them, sell those tokens off, learn how to do all of that, right? First, because if you don't know how to do that, you're going to have a lot of stress. And then what do we do? Let me just move myself to the other side of this. But then what do we do? So then we come to a place like this, go to CoinMarketCap, and then we go to the yield farming section, right? And what do we find? We find all the best opportunities for yield farming right here, daily opportunities, yearly opportunities right here. And we just have to look and find, right? So here's USDC, USDC. So like there's 10% a year by doing it, right? You can do VI, and some of them are lower yields, of course. Some of them are higher. So here on Sushi, they have Sushi Party. You can make 20% a year. Donald Dai, so it's ETH and Dai. You can put a Tether and Ethereum. So there's all these opportunities. So if you want to hold your shit coins and you want to hold, or even good coins like ETH, for example, or Link or synthetics, you can do that and earn pretty good yield on them. The only thing is if they drop more than the yield that you're earning, does it make sense to actually hold them? And so that's why I'm looking more at the USDT, USDC, throw it in. It can't lose any value, but it actually can earn you value. And that way it's always helpful. Now, Pancakes changes rates because as more people join the pool, the APY, the amount of tokens, has to split out between more people, and that's why it happens. Bancor, Curve, all of them, it doesn't matter which one you use. A lot of them are very good. Aave is another one, right? So it's not like I'm not picking which ones. I just don't want to show you for an hour all the things. You don't need to know all of them. You need to know how to actually look for them, and here are ways that you can do it. So look at this. This is all stable coins. You throw in all these stable coins, right? And you get Curve, but you get 15% a year. Pretty good. Now, if Curve drops 15%, kind of reduces the ability for you to make as much money, but guess what? You are holding a stable coin. So you're going to make 15% a year, regardless of what Curve's price is against those stable coins. Makes sense. You can sell those off at 15% profit, whatever you want to do. Then there's Bakery Swap. Some of these are like Cake BTC. You earn Cake for putting BTC and BNB. Maybe a little bit higher risk, or Bake and BNB, higher risk, higher reward, right? So that's the side of it. You have to understand that you're going to have a good high risk and a low risk type of opportunity. The higher the risk, the higher reward. The lower the risk, the lower reward. Simple as that. And then you have like Sun. So on Tron, right? They got like, you can hold Justin Sun token and TRX, right? You have the Huobi token pool. So you just put an HT in there and you earn 17% a year. So look at that. And then we have, look, if there's impermanent losses high, it means that you might lose money, against that asset, which is not very good. And then we have Walt. So everyone just talked about Walt. That's here. Doesn't really have a huge payout though, but you only have to have a single asset. So you just throw in USDC, and you make 3.5%. There's DForce as well. As you see, all you need is one asset and another. There are some that you only need one asset, like here, Walt as well. Right there, 6%. And there are some that need more. So that's basically what you should be looking for. They won't pay you as much, but you will earn. And that's not a bad situation for you. Here's another one that looks really nice. Holding USDT, USDC, TUSD, and DAI, and earning with a low impermanent loss and earning 62% in Swerve. Now that may not last for very long, and honestly, Swerve may not hold its value, so that might be a thing you have to look at. But these things are where you should be researching for the bear market, because they're the easy ways to make money, right? They're the ways that you're not going to be sitting at home and stressing out. And that's how you make money in the bear market. You don't need to make a lot. But the second way to make money is trading. Shorting the market. Do you guys know how to short the market? Because if you don't know how to short the market, you can't make money in a bear market. Well, you could on bounces and stuff, but it's a lot harder. So knowing how to short, for example, if I think the price is going to go down, I can short the market and say, if I think the price is going to drop to here, and I'll make money on the way down. There's a lot of people that don't know how to actually short. So I have a video that you guys can watch called How to Short on Binance. If you don't know how to short on Binance, go watch the video. If you don't know how to use the tools to short, watch the video, because most exchanges are very similar. So shorting is just like we do the opposite of when we're bullish. So when I'm bullish, I'm looking for, okay, it breaks above and it retests, and then we buy and we go higher, right? So when I'm bearish, I'm like, all right, well, it breaks below, it comes in bearish, retest this level, I short the market, it comes back down to my level. It goes back up, it bangs off this level again, I short the market again, it goes back down level. This time as it comes up, it breaks out, I say, oh wow, this market broke out, wicked, it's broken out, I'm gonna buy it when it retests that level and aim for is 42. Keep it so simple, right? And that's all we have to do. And then if I look at ETH, same thing. So what do we have? We had that bearish retest right here, right? Broke down. It's like, okay, I'm going to go up. Bearish retest of that level or double top. And now it's coming back down. Maybe it will come down here. And likely it's going to definitely come into this zone. So if you're someone looking at Ethereum right now, what are you doing? You're going, all right, I'm going to follow coach. I'm going to draw this little zone here. And where's the zone from, coach? It's from 2,300 or 2,240 down to about 2,040. So there's a $200 zone. I'm going to scale some orders into that zone about 4 different times, around 50 bucks each difference. And if it does hit all my orders, I'll be in about the middle of this, right? And if it bounces, we know that it's going to bounce and do what? Where's it going to go next, guys? You already know. It's going to go boom. It's going to come right back up, maybe a little bit lower, and then come back down. And then this time it will come up to the top, and then it will come back down until we start to break above what will turn to be a flat cloud like that. And then we know we're good. So that's it. I keep this so simple. And you guys probably think it's like rocket science that I have super crazy indicators in the background. I don't really. I don't have anything in the background to give me like superhuman strength and superhuman crazy indicator. Coach turns it on. He just turns on this crazy indicator and all of a sudden he knows what's going to happen in the market. No, all those indicators don't even matter. They really don't. What matters is looking at levels. That's why I always have levels before I look at anything else. And what are the candles telling me? Well, the candles are telling me ETH versus BTC is very bearish. The candles are telling me we have three black crows. Boom, 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 right? If this closes lower, that's confirmed. It's definitely going to come down to at least there, maybe even down to the 200 EMA. So look for that under $2,000 buy as well. That's what we're looking for. Keep it so simple. Then Bitcoin dominance. If Bitcoin dominance breaks higher, we know that Bitcoin is going to bull. Right now it has rejected. Let's see if it breaks down, comes and retests a little bit lower, has alts pushing on, either tomorrow or on Monday, and then Bitcoin go for a push. Or if alts continue to rip down, Bitcoin will just creep up higher. That's what's going to happen. And look at the Kijin. Always pulling up. We get so far away from it all the way down here, sort of pulling it back up, pulling it back up. This is exactly what we want to see. This is healthy. Metal, rejected, failed, right? You see that? Boom. Short. Why? Rejection. Rejection. Kijin went flat. It pulled it up and said, yeah, no thanks. I'm going lower. KSM. What happened with KSM? Well, KSM's on a key level right here. If KSM bounces here, this would be an interesting play because there's a lot of support all in one little space. We have a 100-day EMA, the 21 EMA, we have the Tenkan and the Kijin all squished up into like a ball here. So that's really interesting. Let's see how that plays out. We have declining volume, declining price, 3 black crows, and it may come and make them cry. So yeah, we're looking at like 340, but really and truly, I'm looking more a little bit lower, somewhere in the 290, 280 level, which we bought way back here and sold in the 400s. And then it dipped and I didn't buy it again. So I'm still holding from way down at 280. Way back down here from when we bought. And people are like, why didn't you sell up here? I think it's still going to go towards 600. That's why. All right, some questions. I got a few more, guys. My throat is starting to hurt, so got maybe 15 minutes or so. Let's take on some questions, some comments. Morning. Do we need to use VPN for anchor yield? Do you need to use a VPN? If you're from the US, there's definitely issues with some people that are there, but I know yield is working on the US side of things, and so you can. I'm not sure about Celsius and Nexo. They might be able to over there. So you have to just look in and find out. I'm not from the US, and I understand there's just so many weird laws in the US that stop you from doing stuff, right? Now, I want to show you guys something real quick. Just give me 1 second. Let me load it up. But there's one thing that's legit is probably going to be the easiest way to make money in crypto. And that's with Abit. And it probably sounds like, okay, what is that? What's Abit? Abit is a project that is basically going to do this. They've introduced a way for US citizens in the next 3 to 4 weeks to be able to go and invest in these supercharged products. So I've shown you ways to make money, and they're not as amazing because they don't make you as much. But what about these products? How do they do for you? Well, yeah, you could make 10% on some of these things, but you can't make 20% on Binance coin, or 20% on Ethereum, or ADA, or Bitcoin, or USDT, or euros. How does that work? Well, what they've done is they've done Abitize. So they have simulated currencies, but they're actually trading the real ones. And so basically investing into Abit and to the superchargers will, with Freeway token, you use the Freeway token. So their main token is still being used. You stake that token and then you put your capital in, and then you're into these Abitized supercharging, and it's staking products. And what it is basically what same as Yield app is doing. It's trading assets for you on the back end with professional trading companies. So some people have said to me, Coach, this is a scam. And I said, absolutely not. I know one of the trading companies extremely well, very, very closely. And not just like, oh yeah, I know the guy from crypto. Like, I know these people personally. They're legit. And they are running apparently 1 or 2 of these products. So the people they hired are legit. They're vetted. They have backgrounds. And look, this is a great opportunity for everyone. They've also recently got a prime brokerage, which makes them super legit, which means in the future, it will not be a simulated Abitized Bitcoin. It will be real Abitized Bitcoin. Now, how do they do this, the Abitization? What they do is every single time you trade on every platform, you pay fees, 25 basis points on average. Okay, so 25 basis points. Out of that 25 basis points, 100% of them go toward the platform to make money. What Abit does is it takes 80% of those basis points and buys the underlying asset. So it goes and then says, oh, you sold Bitcoin, right? We made, let's say it's a 4% exit fee. So we made, let's say they made $1,000. They go and they take $800 and buy Bitcoin and put it back into the Abitized supercharged staking products. Well, over time, this actually has been proven to increase the amount of yield you make by 70% a year through all of the projections. So this is insane. Honestly, this is literally giving you guys hedge fund access as retail investors with as little as like 5K, 10K. So these are great opportunities for people that don't really know how to trade, that want to make money, that don't normally have this type of access. And that's what it's all about. And the Freeway tokens are on Uniswap and on, I think, two other exchanges, Bitmax or Sendex, whatever it's called now, and Bitham Global. So they're around, and I honestly think with all the stuff they're doing in silence, I know because I ask a lot of questions and I invested in this project early. But I can tell you, this is a very exciting way to make profit without having a lot of stress. And so definitely check into these guys, man. I'm telling you, it's what it's all about. So you'll natively have to stake 25% of the value of your holding in Freeway token. So on Nexo, for example, you have to do what? You have to get a platinum, stake how much? 10% of your portfolio to get up to 10% a year. Whereas on Abit, you can get, by just putting your normal money in and holding 25% in Freeway token, you can get up to 43% on your USDT a year, which is about 3 to 4 times as much as the other platforms. Pretty easy choice. Same with if you're in Bitcoin. If you believe Bitcoin is going to go higher forever and you have Bitcoin and it's a bear market, wouldn't you rather make 33% against that Bitcoin than actually sell the Bitcoin to the institutions and funds that actually want to take it from you? This is another good opportunity if you're someone who believes in that narrative. So there you go. That's what it's all about. Needed that. So that is where we are in the market. And we could talk about coins all day, but they all look the same. Bearish, bearish, bearish. Even the SPX. This is the only thing that just keeps doing a new all-time high every single week. The dollar got a little bit stronger. Let's see how that plays out, right? Gold has been stronger because the dollar is weak. 5% interest on the US dollar, inflation, on the US dollar, means that your money is worth less. Your $1,000 from last year is now worth $995 of buying power. I'm wrong. Bad math, coach. Your $1,000 last year is $950 this year, meaning you can't buy as much with it. Meaning that if you save money for the last 20 years in cash in your bank account, and you have not been earning interest on that cash in your bank account, if you take the 1% to 2% on average for the last 20 years and you add 5% at the end of this one, you've lost almost half the buying power for the last 20 years by just saving your money in a bank. Think of how crazy that is, because they're not paying you interest on your money sitting there, but they're taking your money and they're investing your money and they're making profit on your money. But you know who isn't? You. You are making banks richer. So why would you not pull out your money from a bank, put it into something like a stablecoin, find safe places and spread them out? You don't have to use only Nexo or only Celsius or only Anchor. You could spread your stuff out on many of them to mitigate your risk if you're worried about hacks. And guess what? This is what it's all about. So now, take those lessons and understand and use them to your advantage, because you have to really start looking at this market for what it truly is. We have to start looking at the stock market for what it truly is, a never-ending bull market, until the dollars stop printing. Because they can just keep printing more. And you know why we can have the markets continue to go higher? Because if you make more money, the price of assets will continue to go up, because the assets become, or the dollars that you have to buy those assets become less valuable. Look at Venezuela. Look at Argentina. Look at Brazil. Look at Turkey. Look at Zimbabwe. There's countless countries that you can see this from. That's why El Salvador, everyone's cheering about Bitcoin there, because it gives them something they never had before. Freedom from the US dollar. Very interestingly enough, I think it's going to wreck them because it's a bad time for this. But who knows? They haven't actually bought the Bitcoin yet. And when they do, just like Michael Saylor, they're not actually going to buy it off the market. It will be over the counter, and the price of Bitcoin will not change by 1 freaking cent. That's also something that most retail guys don't know, because over the counter does not actually affect the price. If I bought $100 million of Bitcoin from someone like you guys, if you were a big institution and I bought it directly from you, person to person, the market doesn't go up at all. The market stays the same. That's how OTC works. That's why you hear Tesla and all these guys buying and selling, and you don't see the reflection on the price. Because these guys who sell $500 million of Bitcoin, if they sold $500 million of Bitcoin on the market, the price would crash. So they need to find other big players to take it off their hands. And that's how OTC works. And it's a huge booming market with a lot of capital going through it. All right, questions, and I'm gonna leave very shortly. It is the weekend. I know I don't normally do weekends. I just felt like let's do a video and tell you guys what you should be looking at for ways to make money. So I'm not from the US, that is true. I am from Canada, and I do not live in Canada. I'm a expat for life, pretty much, for the last 10 years. So that's what's going on in the markets. I could show you all these coins. Atom wrecked, 88 not wrecked, but looking like it might not be on that path. You know, I think Atom is probably the only place, our AVAX, will only have a bounce right here. If it doesn't hold this level right there, AVAX is going to just go and to super rectum. Is not going to have a good way. Same with BNB, super wrecked. Like these right now, I'm not showing you cryptocurrencies. Why am I not showing you them? Because there's nothing to look at here. There's just a lot of destroyed charts. Just destroyed charts. Theta is actually one of the ones that's actually held up a bit. But even that, like, it's just there's so many of these charts that are wrecked. Now, let's put it in relative terms, though. We say wrecked, right? And then we look at the chart in November, and it was at 9 cents, and it's 30 now, right? We look at it and we say we're wrecked. But I was talking about this. We did like 5 trades down here, and that was way when we were under $1. So we're not completely destroyed, but the prices feel definitely wrecked compared to what they were, I don't know, a week or a month ago. Like even RSR, I said, hey, we would want to enter a long here. Hasn't stopped out, but look, do you really want to be in a long there? Look at this. Look at the chart. Does the chart say if you have 3 black holes, you should stay in this trade? No, you cut your losses. Sometimes it could stop out and I could lose let's say I have $1,000 in this trade. Well, I might as well just stop out at $500. You know, actually, I already, what is this, RSR? I think I actually stopped out yesterday. I put my stop right here. I say, if it's going to break here, it's going to go lower. Pretty sure. Might be wrong, though. I'll catch up with that, though. I followed your buy orders on Twitter and very happy. Yeah, the buy orders on Twitter were good, and the buy orders again are just be patient and wait for them to hit. Wait for this zone. Just draw the zone on a chart. You can set alerts even. You can add an alert like, okay, when it hits 32,800, I want it to ring. You can set it, you can continue. And now when my chart hits that, it's going to ring off that, hey, it's actually hit this and I can buy it. Or I can just go on the chart. I can go in the exchange and I can set limit orders down as all these zones like I have already. That's what you guys can do right now. It's that simple. Jeju Dodge is up. Well, Jeju Dodge, you know what the guys did from Jeju Dodge? You didn't even notice this. So they added a bunch of liquidity right when they first started. People bought the price up and they pulled half the liquidity, $2 million. No one even noticed that. No one even noticed how some guy just made $2 million, pulled out all the liquidity. Because he pulled the liquidity, he didn't sell, the price stayed up. So everyone didn't notice, and now there's only $1.7 million when there was $4 million like 2 days ago. The price is about the same. Be smart. Be very smart in this market because people will try to play you and they will like a flute. And there's nothing you can do about it. So that's reality. That's what's going on in this market. This is what we should be talking about and being very honest about because it's not looking really good. And hey, you know what's going to happen next week? We're going to get bearish probably tomorrow. Tomorrow, Sunday. Sunday is usually our day where we really get low. I think this was Sunday. I think that was Sunday as well. So we're going to get low again, right? And what will happen? We'll come down lower. Whales will buy it all up and we'll push back up to the top of this level again next week. And maybe we'll break it out next week. Or maybe we'll break down next week. Right now, no one really truly knows. Even good traders are confused. They're asking me, hey, what do you think? And I'm telling them, you know what? This is what I think. Break below 30, we go to 17. Break above this level, get to 42. Then we'll reassess and see what happens. That's what we're doing right now. Everyone else that's sugarcoating and telling you we're bullish or it's all good and everything's great, stop listening to those types of people. They're probably going to wreck you so badly. Stay smart, stay safe, use risk management, and keep an even keel. You don't need to sit here and say, I got wrecked. You can say, I'm good, chill out, and get back in. Okay? Because I think a lot of people are scared. Enter in the levels. You're going to get opportunities. That's what it's all about. Let's collab, bro. You have thoughts to tap into. What do you got thoughts on, Kevin? What's going on, bro? Love from India. Love from everywhere, man. It's great. You want to snipe? We can snipe, bro. We're looking really short now. We're not looking to go long here, right? And we missed, if you didn't get it, you missed it right here. I sold here. I didn't short. But that was where you'd want to short, right off the level. If it comes back down and we break above, let's see. This is a decision point on the 4-hour. But we're still bearish, technically. We're not bearish, but we're not bullish. We're in a limbo. If this can break above the cloud, we'd be all right. I don't think it's going to happen, though. That's my true tool. Would you sell BNB now or stake it? If we're going into a bear market, do you want to hold a coin that we're going to lose more money than the actual farming that you're going to make from it? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Here, 4-hour bearish, right? Not looking so great. Not hot. Not hot at all. It's not a hot toddy. Okay, so what can I tell you? If we can hold this level, that'd be a good thing. If we can't, BNB doesn't really have too much to stand on because it never really stayed in this level very long. So there's not a lot of support until really down over here. So should you hold it? Yeah, you could, but this looks like a pretty bearish retest and starting on a downtrend. But hey, we got a higher low, we got a higher low, we got a higher low, I guess technically, right? So weekends, don't make big decisions. Don't make big decisions on a weekend. And if you trade and you snipe, you're trading on a 15-minute chart and you're doing stuff a hell of a lot faster than I'm comfortable with myself, right? Here, what we see here? We see that you would be faked out many times because, you might if you're a day trader, right? You're intraday trading. You're looking for 2%. So you might look, okay, tap this level, come down 2%, take your profit, and you're doing quick trails. This is what bot traders are doing. You should not do this stuff yourself, guys. The average person will get their ass handed to them. Most people don't know how to emotionally keep themselves in check. Okay, one more question. I'm going to book it because it's been over an hour. You dip, I dip, we dip. You're looking at 85 cents for Matic. Oh, let's see how Matic's done. I haven't actually looked today. See if my, not yet, but it's coming. Look, who told you to short? I didn't. Who told you he shorted? I did. Look what happened. Look at that beautiful short. Didn't ever get stopped out. You got in, and look at this. Boom, our Matic short is crushing. I don't know if anyone's still in this. I think someone said that today. But Matic going down here, man. It's going to $1. It's going to be $1 soon. And then it's going to be 85 cents, 75 cents. If we're in a bearish market and you're short from there, you're going to feel like a Chad when we get down here. Because if you had a $20,000 short open here and you hit it, man, you're making like $8,000, $9,000 on this trade. So, good job. I'm proud of you guys. Thoughts on ICP? I'm going to get off right after this, guys, because it's been over an hour and YouTube doesn't like promoting stuff that's not there for an hour, apparently. ICP, yeah, I wouldn't touch it yet. You need to see more. Like, this is just like the same candle as these ones. This was probably not going to confirm and go higher. You need way more volume. Nothing really impressive here. Until you see volume in this market, guys, don't touch anything. We need the real volume. This is nothing. It's trash. Trash volume. We needed that follow through here. If we had that, then we could say, okay, we're good. We're not good yet. Right now, chill out, relax, go enjoy your weekend. Honestly, there's probably not too many opportunities that are going to present themselves. Set the low buy orders like I did when I went on vacation. Get low ball orders that you think will come into there. Set a few of the orders on the way down, heavier on the way down for your buys, and then just go enjoy your weekend. That's what you should do now, guys. So my name is Coach K. If you're the first one here, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and I will see all of you guys on Monday. Wait for those orders to hit and chill. This is a Netflix and chill weekend. Go spend some time with your wife and your kids. There's no real reason to actually try to force anything here at all. So that's it. That's how you make money while you're trying to wait for everything to figure itself out. I'm Coach K, and I wish all of you guys a happy weekend. Stop saying that you're getting wrecked. Start figuring out ways to make profit. That's the key piece here. Peace out, everybody.